It's all about art. Laguna Beach is an art town. I think it's one of the best in the whole country. And it's going to keep going. There's still people on the street painting. They're crazy, but they're still out there painting.
In 1880, it was reached only by a winding canyon road. Then in 1900, the first artist arrived. Today, Laguna Beach is an art colony, vacation resort. Here, living is an art, and each summer, art is living.
The soul of Laguna Beach is really all of the nature that's around us. The beach, the sun, and we're kind of sealed off from the rest of Orange County, so it's a special place.
I think Laguna has a kind of a magic about it. This town just sort of produces these phenomenons that sort of pierce the zeitgeist in a way.
Very few towns have the feeling that Laguna Beach has, founded by people that were very free thinkers.
My folks were thinking originally of moving to Laguna Beach, but all their friends told them, no, you can't go down there because there's drugs and, you know, it was the counterculture vibe. It was a lot of eccentric people, but a lot of artists.
That's Laguna, art colony. That's the way it started. It hasn't changed at all to me. It's still an art colony.
You have just regular traditional art, and then you have experimental art and radical art. Laguna became a melting pot for that.
The most creative people in Laguna, in my opinion, they don't all march to the same drum beat.
We had tons of potters. We had all kinds of different funky little crafts.
In every neighborhood, there was people had art studios in their garages, musicians, writers, visual artists, performing artists. So Laguna's kind of developed as this special little spot that was sort of outside the norm of what you normally see in Southern California.
I came to Laguna Beach in 1963. I got here and I got mixed up with a group of hippies, and I stayed with them, and I became a hippie in 1960s. And I've been in the sawdust for 50 years.
The Sawdust Festival happened because there was a lot of discontent amongst our local artist population about the direction the Festival of Arts was going in.
It was a reject festival because the people who started the Sawdust have been rejected from the Festival of Arts. Do our own show our own way, and we can do anything we want, be as creative as we can be.
Extremely creative people who just had had enough of the rules and the regulations.
A righteous rebellion to unrighteous judging.
The Sawdust Festival in those days, it was packed.
You couldn't even hardly see the ground, it was shoulder to shoulder.
The most creative part for me and a lot of the exhibitors was building the booth.
The most beautiful, creative structures that you could imagine.
Well, we did a lot of dope back then.
My favorite time to be there was after midnight.
It was a trip because everybody was high. And then you have parties at night, and it was just crazy.
We're outside the norms of society. We're artists, we're craftsmen, we're creatives, we're doing our wild thing. There's no rules over here.
At that time, when we were hippies, we really thought that we were going to change the world with love.
I think the opportunity for this town is to encourage youth culture to come back here.
It comes from that exuberant energy that you have and that hope that you have.
I think if you call yourself an artist community and you were founded by artists, there's a responsibility there to take care of your artists.
Creative progress is what's really needed in terms of carrying our cultural heritage forward.
There's a few kids around town, I think, that know it's missing and have the right energy for it. There's this guy around town. Do you know Scott Wise? He's a guy you guys should talk to, actually, if you can track him down.
All right, Scott and Shelton, take one. I've been studying kind of the history of Laguna as an art colony, and the reason why Laguna attracted these artists out here was like the same reason that we felt attracted. Felt like where we could thrive, where we could like share our art, people would appreciate it. The tourists come because of the art. Like if the art dies out, you know, like maybe they won't come. I think people need to realize that that spirit has to stay alive. Like young artists need to be able to be here.
Bridge that demographic and like be like, you know what? There's so much more that could be happening.
We needed somewhere for artists to play and perform, and we needed to get all these crazy talented artists to get their music in front of people. No gallery, no space wanted to do it. And 200 people came. It was amazing.
We need to start looking out the window and walking out the door and making things happen. Instead of being focused on what it was, let's see what it can be. Let's go forward with something that is positive and inclusive.
There are quite a few very, very interesting people that live here. If we start coming together, really cool things could happen in this town.
We don't need to look back in the rearview mirror and go, well, we need to recreate that, but we need to understand that, you know, we didn't always go by the rules. You know, we didn't go down and get a permit to do it. We just did it.
I want to put the work in for the long term in Laguna to like keep this alive. So no matter what I'm doing, like I believe in the longevity of this and in the future of this.
If you don't just make it happen, it's not going to happen. That's the energy that was around the sawdust. And you can be involved, you can be part of it, you can try to suppress it, but you know, good luck. We're still here, we're still going to make it happen.